A night of shutouts and shoutouts. Rangers fans return the love to Igor Shesterkin, who returns to the top of his game. 2-0 the final over the Calgary Flames. Welcome inside our Delta MSG studios from the Garden alongside Steve Valiquette. I'm John Giannone. 30 saves for Igor Shesterkin, his first shutout of the year, 12th of his career. And I'm going to start with a quote. I don't think he's going to give one up. Steve Valiquette at the end of the first period. I'm not going to ask you for lottery numbers for tomorrow, but I am going to ask you, why did you think that?
It has a look, and it starts through traffic. If you're looking at a goalie that's able to fight for just a split second longer to see it from the point, that's piece number one. Piece number two is, are they beating every pass across the ice and setting their feet? Do the saves look like they're going to continue through the night because of the posture? And I thought that glove save right there in the first period, it set him off. Now he's ignited, and he is a self-starter by nature, very motivated, but there are points when you make a save and it can change your feeling about yourself. And I thought that even him going head-to-head with Markstrom, save for save tonight, in a 1-0 game, you never have a moment where you're going to turn it off. And that mental piece is very important. That's why this game, he was able to have that strength throughout. Key save right here in the third period with another high glove save. But again, at 1-0, there is no time to let your guard down. He was on the entire game, and it was a physical, mental, and technical performance that we haven't seen over the last month. But Igor's ceiling, now this is the neat thing. We've seen his ceiling. We've seen his basement. Mm-hmm. He knows his ceiling better than anybody, and after this one, after he's there again, he'll be able to keep that going. So in your mind, is he at the ceiling again? Does one game make the ceiling? It can happen on one save. I'm telling you, buddy, I've been in slumps. Yeah. Any other goalie will say it too. You know, and look, one save, there's a tingle that goes up your spine, it goes out your head, it's euphoria, and the fans are chanting his name. You know what that does? You have a buzz. I'm getting it right now, just talking about it, because I had it before, and he had it. When the fans are saying, Igor, 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 you can imagine what that does for him. Yeah. The fans were as big a part of that win for the Rangers as the players on the ice. That's his 9th home win, his 21st overall win on the season. For the Rangers, their 5th straight win. It was no score after one period, and then in the second period, the Rangers were able to break through on Jacob Markstrom, who was once again remarkable in the net for Calgary, and they did it by crashing that net. Will Coolie got the goal. We're going to go inside the film room powered by CDW. Steve's going to break it down. Just give me 1 second before we go to that, because I think it's the back check on the goal, but also in the third period that saved this game as well. It starts with Brodzinski. There's a back check that stresses everybody back. What do you see? 5 in the picture. All 5 guys are there. So now you can go up the ice with speed. And this is the key right now. If you're going to isolate, are you going to take the lane, pass, or shoot? This is where Kakko reads very well off the defenseman. The lane is given to him. It's a half-ice, partial breakaway. Coolie jams the net. When you're playing against a top goalie, every high danger chance that gets to the net, you have to be first to win that battle. And that's where Coolie was great. He plays with experience beyond his years. His size helps, his skating ability helps, but his intuition there is to go to the net. And for young hockey players, high danger chances, sometimes you can be a spectator, sit back and watch it develop. Forget about all that. It's nonsense. You have to go to the net, and he did a great job. And that happened 7.5 minutes remaining in the second period. That made it 1-0. Igor Shesterkin after that said, "Don't worry, boys, I gotcha." Let's hear what Igor Shesterkin had to say after this game. He spoke in the dressing room moments ago. Michelle Gingras, part of the group.
Yeah, of course, it was important night for me, important shootout, so I appreciate what guys did today. So a lot of huge block shots, smart plays.
You didn't see a whole lot of shots early on, but as the game went on, did you start to feel more comfortable? Did you feel like you were seeing the puck or stopping the puck really well?
Honestly, I felt great all night, so after starting face-off until the end.
When they get the power play right after you guys took the lead, being able to shut them down in that situation, how important was that?
Yeah, of course, it was important. Like I said, guys did a great job, and troops got power play for us too.
You've been sort of looking and going, I don't have a shutout yet this season. I got to get one of these? You hadn't had a shutout this season. You hadn't had one since last season. Is that a number you'd look at, that 0, and go, I got to get a shutout?
I looked on the wins, and if I get a shutout, I will be happy, but most important is wins.
Thank you.
Good to hear from Igor Shesterkin. We don't often, but what he said first right out of the gate was important night for me, important shutout. And you get the feeling, especially after, as we talked about in the pregame show, we're not sure what we learned from Friday night's return to the net in Chicago. We know what we could have learned tonight.
Well, this is a game that would have captured Igor's attention before it began, because Igor would understand that he's playing against Jacob Markstrom, who is the top performing goalie in the NHL this year, and the Calgary had won 4 games in a row coming into this one, and it was an important game for Calgary. All of those things would have really brought his attention up, knowing how important his role was going to be in this game. Don't forget, he went for it too on the empty netter. Does that tell you he's back? You know, he's going for it, and that shows that he's got his bravado back as well.
Yeah, for sure. It was 1-0 down the stretch, the empty netter, because Jacob Markstrom came out in the last minute and a half, and then with 18.7 seconds remaining, Jimmy Vesey scored into the empty net. Now, look, most of the time, empty netters are layups or slam dunks, and sometimes they result in suspensions, like we saw over the weekend with the Maple Leafs. But this one was special because of the effort and the ability to get the puck away from a very good defenseman and put it in the empty net.
You know, it was funny. If there could have been a camera on us in this room, there was a celebration, as much for Jimmy Vesey as there was for the score of the game, because Jimmy works so hard. And we talked about this in the last couple of games at least, that I think if there's one guy that deserves an elevated role in the lineup, it's Jimmy Vesey. The next time they want to highlight somebody getting into the power play or moving up a couple of lines, I'd like to see Jimmy Vesey, because it never goes unnoticed with the guys in the room who is giving their all game after game. I have full respect for the way that he's handled himself here, now back for 2 years. He's doing an amazing job. He's checking so well, and the coaching staff is very confident having him on the ice.
We have seen that throughout the season. Every time Peter Laviolette talks about Jimmy Vesey, it extols his virtues. Let's hear from Vesey in the dressing room after the game.
So just what did you think of the defensive effort tonight to shut out a team that was coming in so hot, especially offensively?
Yeah, they were playing really well, and you know, we've been stressing our defense since coming out of the break, and have done a really good job in pretty much every game. We weren't happy the way we played in Chicago, and this is a really good bounce back effort, and you know, a hot team and a lot of firepower up front, so it's a good effort for us.
What did you like about how you got this one?
Shutout's always nice. Shesty was amazing tonight, and I think, you know, one of the biggest things was just a gritty win, and you know, physicality, scrums, things like that. So gutsy effort by our team, and something to build on for sure.
Rightfully so in the NHL, Steve. When a goalie gets a shutout, he gets most of the attention. But how much does a team cherish when they're part of a shutout?
Well, shutouts, they can really build something, John. They're really demoralizing for the opponent, but for the team that does achieve it, it really feels like a team-earned outcome. And oftentimes it starts streaks. Now, the Rangers are on a streak now, you know, and I like where they're playing. And if there was one thing that I think they've got to just knock it off a little bit, was I thought it was a little too wide open in the third period when we talked in the second intermission to just close it and shut it down. But with one caveat, I thought the back check really allowed the defenseman to stand up and Igor to see a clear read.
30 saves for Igor Shesterkin. He gets the shutout, his first of the season, and no surprise, he gets the #1 star of the night on Garden Ice.